Welcome back to another video. So we are going to start this video off by getting our wig as flat as possible before we go in with any layers or anything like that. So I usually use these products before I go in with my blow dryer. I use a heat protectant, and then I also use some type of oil just to prevent the hair from getting too dry while we are doing this blow drying process and the curling process as well. I also use a round brush to get the hair as straight as possible. When you are cutting layers, you want to make sure that the hair is straight as possible. So I'm using the Cara Care wax stick to get the top of my wig flat, and you'll see me parting it down the middle, and then I part it in the back, and then I just use the wax stick in between each part, which you'll see me do.
Top top right with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Let's take this argument back up to my place. Sex remind you I'm not violent, I'm your day one. We had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. Hard to grow when you're not here. I'm saying I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I lose and miss the moment? You just too boy. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do.
You also want to be sure that you are using a hot comb that like actually gets hot. It definitely makes a big difference in how your wig will turn out at the top, whether it'll be flat or bumpy. So be sure to use a good hot comb and good products as well. And don't be afraid to use some heat on that head, okay? So now we're going to go in with our layers, the part that you are probably here for. So I am going to part the section in the front from the top of the part to the side. Now, if this was a real person's head, this will be right behind their ear. So just picture it being right behind their ear. And when I am using my shears, make sure that your shears are nice and sharp and fresh. I use the Annie shears from your local beauty supply store. And what you see me doing is getting ready to cut. Now, I'm going to start at the bottom of my mannequin. Why? Because, again, if this was a real head, the bottom of the mannequin would be their chin. So most people, they get face framing layers, which starts at the bottom of the chin. But I know some people who might go a little higher, but it definitely depends on what that client wants and how the look will turn out. But for this video, I am going to start at the chin, which is the bottom of the head. And as I am gliding my shears down, I'm also going down as well. So these are how the layers look. You can definitely see them coming together already. So now what I'm going to do is take a little section from that piece that we just did, and I'm going to add that into the other hair that I did not cut yet as a guide, so all the layers flow evenly, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure you do this to make sure that the exterior of the head is like the same layered look, if that makes sense. So now this is what I was saying, to use that last piece as your guide right there. And then I'm going to slantly cut it just like I did the front piece. And you want to just slide the shears down the hair as you go. Don't stay in the same spot too long, because you will get like chunky layers. So just keep that in mind when you are doing that. And then we are just going to do the same thing to the other side. Now you can use the hair from across to use that as a guide, so you know where to start your layers on the other side. And then, so we're going to do the same thing we did. And then once I finish doing that, I'm going to bring all the hair to the back to cut off any dead ends or anything like that. And this will be just the exterior layers. We have not gone on the inside yet. So, yeah.
two. First base, second base, third base. I'm trying to get you in your birthday. Oh, I know these better niggas thirsty, but please never entertain them, cause that would hurt me, you feel me? Yeah, I know you feel me. Oh, I know you feel me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. Huh. Girl, I know you feel me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so much to live for, true, baby. Whoa. Let's not rush into it now. Let's not rush into it when we get to it.
Now we are on the inside of the hair. Excuse my camera, definitely was not in focus. But what I'm doing here is I just took a section from the back and now I'm showing you the three different types of layers you can do. You saw me do it at the bottom. Those will be long layers. Straight out will be like, regular layers. And then if you hold it straight up, that will be like super layered. So it just depends on the look you want. The more hair you cut off is the more amount of layers you get. So if you want to save some of your hair, you probably want to do what I'm doing, this method, and that's just pulling it straight out. And then I'm going to cut that little piece like that, just straight down. And then once you let the hair go, you'll see the layers slowly form. And then once I do that, I take that same section and I chop it in half. And then this section at the top, I'm going to do some more layering at the top. And this section, I'm just going to glide my shears down, starting at whatever length I want my first layer to be at. So you see me do. And then, yeah, that is your layer. Now you're just going to go section by section. And you see that is my shortest layer. And yeah, again, it all depends on how layered you want your hair to be. You can start as high as you want or start as low as you want, but this is just the technique to use that you see me doing. And yeah, I'm just going to go section by section. I would highly suggest that you do that, especially if you are just starting layers, because it can definitely be a little tricky at first. So now we are going to go into the curling part of this video. And I'm going to start off by using my curlers. This is me showing you how big you want your section to be, right? You don't want your section to be wider than the curl or wider than the barrel. So that was my demonstration of showing you how much hair to use when you are curling hair, because I know that question is often asked. I'm using this finishing spray from Design Essentials to, just ensure that the curl holds. And make sure that you comb your product through as well. I know some people do not comb their product through, but please comb your product through the hair. Definitely makes a big difference. So when I'm using my curlers, I'm just going to put the hair onto the clamp. And I'm going to hold it here for a second so the heat can, penetrate evenly. And then I'm going to glide the curlers down the hair. And as I glide, I'm also going to turn it and click, clack down that little piece while also holding onto the end of the hair so it doesn't fall out. And you're just going to continue doing the same thing until all the hair is inside of the barrel. Once all of the hair is inside of the barrel, that is when you just let it sit for a while so that heat can penetrate throughout. And then we are going to pin. So for this curl right here, this one is on the other side of the head. So when you take this curl down, you want to twist it out the way you see me doing it. And this is just so when you comb out your curls, the curl will be going away from the face. You want to curl the pieces going away from the face on both sides. Once you get to the top, I spray some more of my finishing spray on there, and then I use my hot comb again just to ensure that the top is flat. You want this to be flat because this is the top of the wig, okay? So before I go in with my curling iron, I always use my not my flat iron, I'm sorry, y'all, my hot comb to go in. And when you see me curling, I'm curling close to the base of the head. This is just so I get a little bit more of a curl in the front. If you know, you know, but you know them front two curls got to be like on point. So I curl very close to the head, and then I pin curl those as well. Once I pin curl, I usually let it sit for no longer than like 5 or 10 minutes, at least until the heat is cooled down, because if you don't know, hot hair falls. So you just want to make sure that your hair is cooled down before you comb your curls out to ensure that your curls last. When combing out the curls, I use a wide tooth comb. This will preserve the curls so you're not just messing up all your hard work. I would highly suggest that you use a wide tooth comb as well. And I usually just comb it like once or twice through, and I just leave it alone again because I still have to package it. So I don't want the curls to be gone by the time I ship this off to my client. So yeah, this is how they turn out. Now you can always go back in and play with it the way you need to, just so everything falls in place. If you need to go back in and recurl it, you can also do that, because I had to do that as well for the front two pieces. But this is how they turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.